Yeah, good evening, friends, and welcome to this webinar on CCNA and the server administration, right? CCNA is your networking and server administration is Linux server administration and the Windows server administration. I hope I'm audible there, friends. Can you please confirm in chat box? Yeah, thanks a lot, friends. Okay, so this is a webinar, or let's say a basic demonstration actually, where we will try to understand why we have, package where we have three different courses like CCNA, and let's say two courses. One is CCNA, that is your network administration, and the other one is your Linux administration and the Windows Server administration. So why we are learning these two different things? See, first of all, network administration and server administration, they will go hand in hand. They are not different actually. If you know the server administration, you should know the network administration. And if you know the network administration, you should know the server administration. So they work together. They are like, parallelly moving forward. So without having the concept of the servers, if you have good knowledge on networks, that may not be very much useful actually. And if you have good knowledge on networks without the concept of servers, again, you will not be in that much demand actually. So you should know both the things. Okay. So what we'll do here is what we'll try to understand today is we'll try to see what exactly is this, network administration, what we can do after the network administration, that is CCNA, and what exactly is this server administration, and what next after server administration, what we have to do in the Red Hat server administration and the Windows server administration. And after completing this, what we can do in this field. Okay. Now, before we say anything about this package, these courses, and all those things, let me just, give my formal introduction here. See, dear friends, I am Shakeel Aman here. Okay, I have overall 14 plus years of experience in this IT industry. Okay, and I have started my career as a Windows Server administrator plus the network administrator. So when I say CCNA, I'm talking about network administration. And when I say Windows Server administration, I'm talking about Windows servers there. So in network administration, actually, there are different levels, CCNA, CCNP, and CCIE. I have done till CCIE in my career, Cisco Certified Internet for Experts. So these are the multiple layers we have or multiple levels we have. So I have done till CCIE. Okay. Now with this, I did my Linux server administration also. I have experience on this Linux server administration also. Okay. So this is my initial part of my career. I started my career in 2008, 2009 actually. So this is my initial part. But friends, later on, slowly and steadily, I moved into some other things like, virtualization, security. And for last some years, actually, I'm in cloud computing. I've done few more things actually, but overall, if I can summarize my career for last 14, 15 years, this is what I have done. I've achieved in my career. Windows Server Administration, Network Administration, Linux Server Administration, and then, virtualization, security, and cloud computing. So I think most of you are interested in cloud computing or DevOps or cyber security or anything that is related to this new terminologies and new technologies, right? My friend, if you're interested in cloud computing or security or cyber security or DevOps or anything which is related to this latest technologies, the most common prerequisite is you should know networking part and you should know this server part. Without having the knowledge of networking and without having the knowledge of servers, you simply cannot, you know, think of making a career in cloud computing or DevOps or cyber security. So these things are mandatory. Okay, let us imagine you're not interested in cloud computing or DevOps or cyber security. You want to pursue a career in networking. So if you want to kickstart your career in networking, then you should start from your CCNA and then your server administration. Networking is having a lot of scope, right? There are many things we can do in networking. So if you just want to go with the networking career, okay, forget about cloud computing and DevOps and cyber security and all those things. Just go with CCNA, then go with CCNP, and then you can go with CCI. Great option, right? Let's say if you're interested in this server administration, but you're learning server administration for certain reason, then you know what you should do? You should go with this Linux server administration and you should go with this Windows server administration. Okay. Let's say you're a programmer, a developer. For you also, my friend, the Linux server administration is mandatory. So literally whatever, major paths or major roles we have in the IT industry, like, cloud computing, DevOps, cyber security, ethical hacking, programmers, developers, server administrators, network administrators. For all these people, CCNA and the Linux server administration is mandatory. You should not think of DevOps or cyber security, which are more in demand, right? Cyber security and DevOps is obviously in more demand actually today. But you should not think of starting these things, and you should not think of starting learning also actually without having the knowledge of CCNA and the Linux server administration. So it's nearly mandatory for you to learn the servers and the networking part to understand the concept of DevOps. Forget about getting a job. Getting a job is a secondary thing. First of all, we should understand the concept, right? So to understand the concept, we need to learn the networking part and the server administration part. Okay, fine. So this is my career here, friends. I hope, my experience will be helping you a lot in understanding the technology. My experience will be helping me actually to present the technology in the best and the simple way. Okay, so not only CCNA or Linux or the Windows Server Administration, if you have any doubts related to any of the technologies that like cloud or cyber security or ethical hacking or DevOps or all those things, feel free to send your questions in chat box so that I can simply address every question that you send it. Okay, so this is a recorded session, right? This is a live session, and every live session we will record. So all the recordings will be shared with you once you join for this particular package or join in this particular course. Okay, so each and every session will be recorded here. So if you want to keep these sessions more, interactive, more nice and clean, just try to send your questions in chat box so that I can come to your question. And if you want to talk to me directly at the end of the class, you can simply unmute yourself and you can talk to me directly. So this is one protocol we need to follow here actually, friends. In the middle of the session, if you have any doubts, please send your questions in chat box. And at the end of the class, if you want to interact with me directly, you can unmute and you can talk to me directly. So you have both the options available here. Okay. So every session will be recorded here, my friend. Every CCNA session will be recorded and every CCNA session will be shared with you. Every Linux session will be recorded and every Linux session will be shared with you. So all the recordings will provide you so that you can simply revisit the recordings and you can simply try to understand the technology in much better way. And in case if you have any doubts, you can come to me next session and you can clear all your doubts. But suppose imagine, friends, we have already completed our course. We are done with CCNA, Linux and everything. Then how you can clear your doubts, or how you can get more knowledge about this particular technology. After a couple of days, I'll share a WhatsApp number with you. So with that WhatsApp number, hopefully you can just interact with me, or you can send me messages whenever you need any suggestions, or whenever you want to clear any doubt. Okay, so that also I'll provide you, but not today. Hopefully after a couple of days, I'll provide you that particular number. Okay, so let us go there and let us try to understand the concept of networking and the server administration in a simple and easy way. Okay, so these are some of the very, common questions that people raise in every demo or in every webinar. So what I have done here, I have simply added all these questions here. So I'll just try to answer these questions. And in case if you have any other question beside these questions, like I said to my friend, chat box is always open. So you can simply send me the question in the chat box. Okay. Now, what is the first and very basic question you get over the internet? They ask a question like, what is CCNA? See, my friend, CCNA is actually one of the very old codes or very old, technology that Cisco offers. CCNA stands for Cisco Certified Network Associate. If you go back in history, let's say 1990s, CCNA codes is there from 1990s and this is 2025. So till today, CCNA is one of the most demanding IT codes across the globe. So this particular course is offered by a company called Cisco Certified Network Associate. So what exactly is this Cisco company? Cisco is a company actually that manufactures your hardware components or hardware devices like routers, switches, firewalls, and many other things. Can we imagine internet without a router, switch, and firewall? No. Can we imagine a company's network without a router, switch, and firewall? No. Can we imagine any business which is running without the internet? No. So literally, Cisco is the backbone of our computer network. Cisco is the backbone of our internet. So without Cisco here, my friend, we simply cannot imagine the internet running so smoothly. So not only today or yesterday or last month or last year, Cisco is providing the networking services from 1990s. So for last 4 decades, Cisco is one of the leading companies that is providing the best services. Okay, they are providing the best services here. Now listen, my friend. So like I said, Cisco provides you CCNA. CCNA stands for Cisco Certified Network Associate. So it is a course where we are learning about majorly three things. If I can just, divide CCNA into three modules. First module will be related to IP address. Second module will be related to router, and the third module will be related to switch. These are the three major modules we have. IP address will take around 7 to 8 classes. Router will take around, 12 to 14 classes, and switch will take around 8 to 10 classes. So like this, we have CCNA where these three modules are there. Okay, so what exactly we learn in these three modules? IP addressing is a concept that is related to numbers. IP stands for Internet Protocol. Without IP address, communication is not possible over the internet. I repeat, without IP address, communication is not possible over the computer network. So when you go and connect to google.com, you are connecting to the google.com IP. So literally IP is mandatory. And if you're a server administrator, if you're a network administrator, if you're a cloud computing engineer, if you're a DevOps engineer, if you're a cyber security expert, or if you're a ethical hacker, whatever field you belongs to, my friend, IP address in-depth knowledge is mandatory. Now the big question here is where exactly you can learn IP address in great details, in depth, where you can learn. AWS? No. DevOps? No. Cybersecurity? No. Linux server administration? No. CCNA is the only course where you are learning IP addressing in great details. I said 7 to 8 classes will be there for IP addressing. So just imagine, my friend, how much you're learning. So IP address is the backbone of every computer network. So if you have the great or best knowledge of IP addressing, my friend, many other technologies you can work very easily. Many other technologies you can understand easily. IP address is indeed the backbone of every computer network. Okay. Then we have certain other devices like routers and switches. A router is a device that makes communication between different branches. Let's say you have a branch in Hyderabad and you have a branch in Delhi. Okay, so to make communication between Hyderabad and Delhi, we use a router. Okay, now with a router, we have one more concept here that is called firewall. In this particular CCNA, my friend, there will be like 3 classes or 4 classes where we will learn about firewall. We are learning more about routers. Okay, if I say 10 classes on routers, I'll say like 3 classes will be on firewall. So firewall is indeed a major part of our CCNA course. But are we learning in depth about firewall? No. Firewall will come in some other course, but in CCNA, we have concepts that are related to firewall. So it will take at least 3 to 4 classes where we'll be learning about firewalls. Okay. And the last one is your switch. Every computer network will have hundreds and thousands of switches. Let's say minimum 2, 3, 4 switches, or let's say 30, 40 switches, or 100, 200 switches, or it can be in thousands. So we cannot imagine a computer network without a switch. So this is the importance of our CCNA course, my friend. CCNA is a course where we are learning how the computer network works, how the internet works, how the data is moving over the internet, how the communication is happening over the internet, how the communication is happening between our two computers, how the communication is happening between our two branches. Branches can be there in same city or different city, different country, different continent, wherever. How to establish communication between different branches. All these things we will see in great details in CCNA course, my friend. Okay. So with this knowledge, with this CCNA knowledge, it will be easy for you to learn cybersecurity. It will be easy for you to learn the cloud computing. It will be easy for you to learn DevOps. All these latest technologies are the technologies which are in more demand today. It will be easy for you to learn all these technologies with the knowledge of CCNA. When I started my career in 2008 and 9, Back in those days, CCNA was one of the most demanding technology. If you go back in history, let us say 1998, CCNA was again one of the most demanding technology. Today, 2025, I am repeating the same thing. CCNA is one of the most important course actually. CCNA is one of the most important course in this IT field. After, let's say 15 years, let's say 2040, CCNA will be again one of the most, demanding course you will see across the globe. That much is importance of CCNA, because what we are learning in CCNA, we are not learning these things in any other course. But we are using everything in the other course. We are using everything in the other technology. Clear? This is importance of CCNA, my friend. So who is eligible for the CCNA? Literally any person can learn CCNA. There are no prerequisites here. If you are a fresher with zero experience, you can learn CCNA. If you're a person who has done bachelor's in some other group, let's say BCom, or let's say BA, or let's say you did some engineering in, let's say, mechanical engineering or civil engineering, or you did MBA, MBA HR, MBA marketing, any of these things, my friend, it doesn't matter. You just need to have the bachelor's degree. If you have the bachelor's degree, done. You're 100% eligible to learn CCNA, because what we are starting here is we are starting everything from scratch. So there's a reason I'm saying you can learn everything from basics and you can learn the complete CCNA with ease. Okay. And what to learn in CCNA, I have just mentioned what we are learning in CCNA: IP addressing concept, routing concept, firewall concept, and switching concept. These are the four major things we are learning. These are the four major modules we are learning. IP addressing module will take 8 to 7, 7 to 8 classes. A routing module will take more than 2 weeks. Switching module will take more than 10 days. And firewall will take nearly 3 to 4 days. So just imagine these four modules, we need to spend around 35 days so that, we can understand the concept. Okay. Now, what next after CCNA? Okay, this is a big story actually, my friend. What next after CCNA? If you want to perceive your career in networking itself, if you want to perceive your career in networking itself, you can just go with CCNA, CCNP, and CCIE. CCNA means Cisco Certified Network Associate, CCNP means Cisco Certified Network Professional, and CCIE means Cisco Certified Internet for Expert. Okay, this many things you can learn here, my friend. And what you're learning now is actually CCNA, routing and switching. What is this course? CCNA, routing and switching. But Cisco offers you many other courses like CCNA, security, CCNA, wireless, CCNA, service provider, CCNA, let's say voice or collaboration, etc. There are many more things actually, my friend. Like, if someone says he's an MBA graduate, your next question will be MBA in what group? MBA marketing, MBA HR, MBA finance, MBA IT. What exactly you did in MBA? If someone says he's an engineer, your next question will be what you did in the engineering. Are you a mechanical engineer? Are you a software engineer? Are you a civil engineer? Like, there are different types of engineerings, right? So CCNA is also something like this. So what we are learning is CCNA routing and switching. That is mandatory for everyone to learn. After learning CCNA routing and switching, if you're interested in security, you can go with security part. If you're interested in service provider, you can go with service provider path. Or if you're interested in CCNP and CCI, you can go in that particular path. So all these options are available there, my friend. Okay. Okay, Nagaraj, I have seen your question. I'll just come to your question within a couple of minutes. Let me just finish a few things before I go to your question. Okay, fine. So these are the things we have here in this CCNA, my friend. There are many more things actually. Okay. Now, beside this, what else you can do after completing CCNA? Listen, my friend. Beside this, you can go with server administration. You can go with cloud computing. You can go with DevOps. You can go with cyber security. You can go with ethical hacking, etc. What else you need, my friend? What are the other things you need? What are the other things you know? What are the latest technologies you know? There are plenty of opportunities and plenty of things we have in CCNA and after CCNA actually. So it's not like you're not restricting yourself only to one or two job roles or one or two courses or one or two technologies. You're learning CCNA and your, multiple paths will open for you. You can learn many other things after learning CCNA. These are some of the things that I have mentioned here. So say there are many opportunities, right? You have many opportunities, you have many options to choose from, and you can select anything that you feel like you're more interested in. Someone is more interested maybe in cloud computing. Someone can be interested in cybersecurity. I know both the things, so I know how important is CCNA for cloud computing as well as for cybersecurity. I know the server administration, so I know how important is CCNA for the server administration. Got it? So I hope all the questions are answered here. If you still have any doubt, like I said, you can send your question in chat box. So you know what is CCNA now, right? You know who is eligible for CCNA? Any person. There are no prerequisites there. What to learn in CCNA? You know those things: IP addressing, routing, firewall, and switches. And what next after CCNA? Wow, there are plenty of opportunities and plenty of options available for you to choose. Okay, now let us go to the next part of our demo, that is your Linux server administration. Again, see, from 1990s till today, with CCNA or like CCNA, Linux is one of the most demanding technology we have, or most demanding course we have in the IT industry. I'm going back in 1990s actually. I'm not talking only about 2022, 23, 24, last 2, 3 years. No, I'm talking from 1990s. 1990s was the time when internet was becoming more famous. Okay, internet was becoming more successful. Companies started connecting to internet. That was the time, 1990s. So from 1990s till today, this is one of the highly recommended course for every person who is planning to start their career in the IT industry. Okay, so this is your Linux server administration. We simply cannot imagine internet running today without Linux server. So what we access on internet, over the internet, we go to certain applications, or web servers, or email servers, or file servers. So everything comes under the application category. So where a application will run, like a web server or a file server, or let's say Google server, or let's say banking server. You pay some money through PhonePe, there is a PhonePe application. You simply send an email through Gmail, that's a Gmail application or an email application. Okay, and you send a message through WhatsApp, that's a messaging application. So literally everything is application there. So my friend, today over the internet, 85, approximately 85% of applications are running on Linux operating system. We cannot run an application without a operating system or without a server operating system. So around 85% applications are running on Linux operating system. This is such a big thing, my friend, right? You're learning a technology, you're learning a course which is used by around 85% servers across the globe. That's a big thing, my friend, right? And remaining 50%, or let's say around 15%, will be what? It will be Windows Server. So this is a course, or this is a package where we have the Windows servers as well as the Linux servers, right? So the remaining 15%, or approximately 15 servers, will be used. These servers are using the Windows Server operating system there. So this is your Linux operating system, my friend. It is a backbone of our computer network. Okay. All the latest technologies, let's say, artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchains, Internet of Things. Okay. And whatever things, whatever latest technologies, every technology will run on the Linux server operating system. Linux server is the base for all the technologies, my friend. So it is again mandatory for every IT guy to learn the Linux server administration. No ifs and buts here, my friend. You should learn the Linux. You must learn the Linux. There are no ifs and buts. I repeat, there are absolutely no ifs and buts there. You must learn this. Your resume will be, highlighted actually if the Linux is mentioned in your resume. Not basics. I'm talking about the administration. Okay. Now let us move to some other questions here. Who is eligible for Linux? Again, like for CCNA, you don't need to have any basic knowledge also. If you're having zero knowledge, you can still learn CCNA. If you're having zero knowledge, you can learn the Linux from the basic up to the scratch, up to the advanced level, from the scratch to the advanced level. So there is no eligibility here. There are no prerequisites needed here. If this is the day one for you, you started learning about Linux server administration from today. That's it. Now, what to learn in Linux? This is a big question. I'll just try to highlight few things here, like, what exactly you're learning in Linux. So whenever you go with the Linux server administration, my friend, you'll be learning about, many commands here. Obviously Linux is a command line interface, right? You'll be learning many commands. You'll be learning about, file system. Okay. You'll be learning about, file permissions. You'll be learning about user and group management. User and group management. You'll be learning about automation. There was a question here actually, what about automation and programmability? Automation is one of the things that you learn in your Linux server administration. Automation. Then we learn about, uh, backups. You learn about some services like, let's say, DNS, DHCP. I'll just say etc. here because there are a few more services you need to learn there. Okay. You need to learn about, monitoring. You need to learn about, process management. You need to learn about, disk management. I'll just say etc. here. So what you should learn in the Linux operating system, this is what you should learn in the Linux operating system, my friend. These are few of the major topics that I have mentioned here. So once you apply for a job in a company on the Linux server administration, you will face questions based on this automation topic, backup topic, user and group management topic, file permission topic, okay, process management, disk management, okay, topics that are related with, let's say, networking. Networking concept is also there in Linux server. So see, these are the things you'll be learning. So every company, they need many administrators actually who can manage their servers, who can manage the users and groups inside a server, who can take backups inside the server, who can do automation inside the server, okay, who can, manage all the processes that is happening inside the server. So it's a very interesting and, lot of different roles are there in this particular Linux server, my friend. So you should learn all these things. And you know what is the best thing actually? After learning all these things actually, once you get a job as a Linux server administrator, your responsibility will be on, let's say, only automation. My responsibility can be there only on disk management. Some other person responsibility can be there on the networking services. So like this, your roles will be divided actually. It will not be only one person who is managing all these things. You will be learning all these things. I repeat, you will be learning all these things. But can you manage all these things in one company, in one server? Absolutely no. You'll be learning everything, but managing wise, administration wise, one or two services will be allocated to you. So you'll be doing only those things actually. Let's say backup and restore. One of the most important, responsibility of any Linux administrator is taking backup. And in case if there is some issue, we need to restore it. So like this, we'll be learning many things, but once you start working, you'll be getting few responsibilities here. Got it, friends? What to learn in Linux? This is what we need to learn in Linux administration. Now, what next after Linux? After Linux, wow, many opportunities, my friend. Let's say again, cloud computing, okay, advanced networking, okay, let's say cyber security, DevOps. If you're a programmer, if you're a developer, you must know Linux server administration. I have never seen a cyber security person without the knowledge of Linux. I've never seen a developer or a cloud computing guy who is working somewhere without the knowledge of Linux. It never happened actually, and it will never happen in future also. Linux is mandatory for all these things. But again, let's say you're not interested in programming, cyber security, DevOps, or cloud computing, or any of these things. You have to just pursue your career as a Linux administrator. Great. For rest of your life, you can still work as a Linux administrator in company. Okay, for rest of your life, you can work as a Linux administrator there. So there is no need for you to go with all the other technologies. If you want to become only the Linux administrator, or if you want to play safe, actually, if you want to like, keep your career safe and secure, then you can simply work on the Linux administration for the rest of your life. But again, if you are interested in something else, then, these are some of the other options you have after completing your Linux server administration, my friend. Okay, so this is the importance of CCNA and the network and the server administration. CCNA is obviously the network administration, and Linux is obviously the server administration. See, this is your this is your, let me just write down here. Yeah, this is your firewall, this is your switch, and this is your router. This is what we are going to learn in our CCNA classes, my friend. Firewall, routers, and switches. And this firewall, routers, and switches, they are manufactured by many companies, but Cisco is indeed the most famous company across the globe from last 4 decades. So this is what we are going to learn here, my friend. And see, this is a company setup actually. You can see there is a firewall here, there is a router here, there is a switch here, and there is a server. This server can have the Linux operating system or it can have the Windows operating system. So we are learning both the things, right? See, Linux live classes will be there and Windows recorded classes will be there. I just want to make this thing very clear here. CCNA classes will be live classes. Linux classes will be live classes. But coming to the Windows classes, we'll just share the recordings. Some of my recordings that I have already done before, I'll just share those recordings with you. So CCNA and Linux will be live classes, whereas Windows Server will be the recorded classes. So once you're done with the server administration and the network administration, you can work on a firewall, you can work on a router, you can work on a switch, or you can work on any of the server. See, my friend, how much demand will be there for you, because you're the one who is not only working on a router. You can work on switch also, you can work on firewall as well as on the server. Okay. If you have multiple, talents with you, then, you'll be in more demand for sure, right? Multitasking, right? Nowadays, people or companies, they are looking for someone who can do multiple tasks. And you know what is the best thing here, my friend? We are not learning things which are completely different from each other. We are learning things which are completely similar with each other, and one cannot survive with the other. A router cannot survive without a server. If there is no if there is no server, there is no need to use a router actually. Got it? If there is no server, no switch is needed. If there is no server, no firewall is needed. If there is no server, no router is needed. See, everyone is surviving on the other thing. So that is the reason, to start your career in IT, the best way is to start with your network administration and the server administration. This is the best possible way you can simply start your career in this IT industry. Got it, friends? So this is what we are going to learn in this particular package. Network administration and the Linux server administration. Okay, let me add few more things actually here. Hopefully you can see everything and you can decide like, if it is best option for you or not. See, from Monday, I'll be starting CCNA. Okay, this is a CCNA plus Linux server. The latest Red Hat Linux server we'll be learning there actually. 9.4 version, 9.5 version, whatever version is there, we'll just try to go with the latest version, not the 8 versions and the 7 versions. No, we'll go with the latest Linux version. Okay, so this is a package where we have CCNA plus Linux and plus, Windows Server Administration, right? So this package is only for 6,999. This is a package and it is only for 6,999 Indian rupees. If you go with individual courses like CCNA, Linux, and Windows, probably you are spending 20,000-25,000 easily. Okay, so this is a package here, my friend. So package will come always in a bit, lesser, how it works, right? Packages will offer you something, a better package with lesser fees and all those things. So this is a package where you'll be getting CCNA, Linux, and Windows only in 6,999 Indian rupees. CCNA and Linux will be live classes. I'll be taking both the sessions actually, CCNA session as well as the Linux session. And coming to Windows, I'll be sharing my Windows recorded sessions there. Okay, this is one thing. Now, CCNA, I'm starting from Monday at 8 p.m. CCNA from Monday at 8 p.m. Linux, it can be there at 7 or it can be there at 10, let's say p.m. or it can be there in morning, let's say 6 or 7 or 8, let's say a.m. So you're not learning both the courses simultaneously at same time. You're learning simultaneously, but at different times. So it is something like this. Season I'm starting from Monday at 8 p.m. and coming to the Linux administration within a week or 10 days, I'll start the Linux administration at some other time. Maybe before the 8 p.m. class, or maybe after 8 p.m. class. I'll just try to schedule it as a time there for your Linux administration. Then I'll start the Linux administration there. So this is the way this package is designed. Okay, I repeat again. CCNA daily, it will be at 8 p.m. Okay, Linux server administration can be there before the 8 p.m. batch or it can be there after the 8 p.m. So parallelly, you can attend both the classes and within next 40 days, let's say maximum 45 days, you can complete your CCNA as well as the Linux administration. So after 2 months, most probably after 2 months, you'll be ready actually to face interviews on server administration as well as the network administration in any company across the globe. This is the way you can approach this particular package. Now, let me just add one more thing here. This is not the only package I'm offering you here, my friend. There is one more package I have here. And in that package, I have AWS, Amazon Web Services, and the Linux administration plus Windows administration. Linux and Windows administration is same in both the package. But here the extra thing, if here the different thing is instead of CCNA, I have added the Amazon Web Services here. Okay. And for this package also it is 6,999. So in case, let's say in case after completing CCNA and the Linux administration package, if you're planning to go with the AWS also, do you need to join the complete package there? Where again the same Linux administration and the same Windows administration is there. For example, if I start a Linux class, let's say at 9 p.m. Just for example, let's say I'm starting at 9 p.m. In this Linux administration package or in this Linux administration class at 9 p.m., people are coming from this package as well as from this package. So the Linux administration is same for both the packages. Windows administration is same for both the packages. But what is the highlight there? In one package, the main course is CCNA, and in the other package, the main course is AWS. Like I said here before, my friend, to learn Amazon Web Services, the Linux server administration is mandatory and the networking is mandatory. To learn the cloud computing, DevOps, or cyber security and all those things, everything is mandatory. So I've just designed two different packages here. But you know what you can do? If you want to just club everything and if you want to come in AWS, Linux as well as CCNA, then there is a better option there. Okay, let me just remove certain things here. What you can do here is you can simply make a call to the management, the DURGASOFT management, and you can ask them like, what about AWS plus CCNA plus Linux package? So if you go individually, like I said to my friend, you're spending a lot of money, but if you have to come in this package, AWS plus CCNA plus Linux, then probably you'll be getting this package in much lesser fee. So just try to think about it. Actual packages are CCNA plus Linux package and AWS plus Linux package. But hardly we see people who are learning Linux, they're not going with AWS, or hardly we see people who are learning AWS, they're not going with the CCNA course and all those things. So actual packages are there in the red color and the blue color. But in case if you want to combine everything to get these things in much lesser fees, then you can simply call them and you can ask them like, what about AWS plus CCNA plus Linux? Probably you will get a bit this but complete package in a bit lesser fees actually. Okay, so this is just for your understanding. I'm adding everything, but I just want to remove this as well as the AWS plus Linux package, because right now we were in a demo session. We are in a demo session where we just need to focus on the CCNA part and the Linux administration part. So CCNA will be starting from Monday at 8 p.m., my friend, and Linux will be again next week at some other time. Okay. But again, just try to go with AWS also, Amazon Web Services also. You know, my friend, if AWS, CCNA, and Linux administration is written on your resume, your resume will be accepted by literally every company on the face of the earth. I can challenge you, my friend. I'm saying if AWS, Linux Server Administration, and Windows Server AWS, Linux Server Administration, and the CCNA is written on your resume will be accepted by every company on the face of the earth. Anand, I'll just come to you in a couple of minutes. Kindly wait for a few minutes. Okay. So every company will accept your resume. You're getting a job or not getting a job is a different thing, because they will accept your resume, they will call you for sure, they will conduct an interview. How you're answering questions in interview, or how you're facing interview, that's a different thing. If you're good in the technology part, if you understood the technology very well, you'll answer obviously things very well. But if you're not able to answer things after completing the package also, then it's not a problem with AWS or Linux or CCNA. It's a problem with us, right? So we just need to focus more, and we just need to learn things in better way. So I'm saying this again, my friend, if AWS and Linux and CCNA is mentioned on your resume, every company, wherever they need maybe AWS requirement, they will call you. If they need only the networking requirement, they will call you. If they need only the server administration requirement, they will still call you. Your resume will get a lot of weightage there, my friend. And is it difficult to learn these three different courses? Absolutely no. We are learning IP addressing in CCNA. We are using IP addressing in Linux. We are using IP addressing in Windows. We are using IP addressing in AWS. Simple. There is a concept of user. User concept is there in Windows servers, Linux servers, as well as in cloud computing, as well as in CCNA. So see, concepts are similar in all the different courses. But some companies are offering different things. So we just need to learn in a different way. So like I said to you, my friend, these three courses are indeed in demand for last many years and many decades. And these three courses will be in demand for many more years and many more decades to come. There is no substitute for networking knowledge. There is no substitute for the Linux server administration knowledge and the Windows server administration knowledge. And of course, there is no substitute for the cloud computing today. These are some of the things that I have added in this package, and these are some of the things that can take you to a very bright career. Job opportunities wise, you will have many job opportunities there. Money wise, you will get sufficient money as a salary or whatever you say. You'll be more than satisfied with what you're getting there. So you'll be getting plenty of opportunities there. There is a lot of scope here. There are many other options available after completing this particular three courses. Okay, so just try to focus majorly on CCNA Linux here. But like I said to my friend, Monday morning 8 a.m. not AM, sorry, 9 a.m., not 8 a.m. I repeat, Monday morning 9 a.m. I'm starting the AWS class also. So whatever people I get in this AWS class in Monday morning 8 a.m. and whatever people I get in the CCNA batch in evening 8 p.m., I'll just combine everyone and I'll take the Linux administration class for them. So AWS is a different package, CCNA is a different package, but Linux is common for both of them, right? So this is the way I'll be approaching both the packages here. Done? Yeah, Anand, please go ahead with your question.
Okay. Actually, sir, my query is that two packages were mentioned like CCNA Linux and Windows and AWS Linux and Windows. So who
Mhm.
should go in the first one and who should go in the second one primarily?
Exactly. It's a great question. Like I said to my friend, the package is designed actually by me. Whatever topics I have added there, whatever topics I have included there, it is designed by me according to the market requirement, according to the market demand. I have designed everything. Now, who should go with CCNA first and who should go with AWS first? See, if you are a fresher, okay, if you know how to use a computer, actually, forgot about freshers and technology and all those things. If you know how to use a computer and if you know how to use the internet, you're 100% eligible to go with this particular package, either AWS and Linux package or CCNA and Linux package, because I'll be starting everything from basics. I'll be starting everything from scratch. But the question here is, at what time you're available? If you're available in morning 9 a.m., you can start with AWS. If you're available in evening 8 p.m., you can start with CCNA. So any person can start this particular package, whether the AWS and Linux package or the CCNA and the Linux package. I have designed things in such a way that, from day one till the last day, everything will start from the basics, from the scratch level, and we'll go to the advanced level. Okay, it
So,
is open for all. Yeah.
so what are the job domains and the job roles we can apply if you are going with CCNA and Linux? And what are the job domain and roles we can apply when going for AWS and Linux?
See, Linux is common in both the cases, right? So let me just go with CCNA. You can go with network admin, hmm, network support, server admin, let's say L1 and L2, level 1 and level 2, and on Linux and Windows. Not one server here, my friend. I have included both the servers, right? Linux servers as well as the Windows servers. So you can apply for a job on the server administration part, on the Linux administration as well as the Windows administration. And obviously in AWS, what is AWS? It is cloud computing, right? So on AWS, you can apply for a job on cloud engineer or cloud admin. Okay, so again, this you can go up to like L1 or L2 level. So you're not restricting yourself only to one job role here. You have multiple opportunities there, my friend. You can apply for different job roles. Maybe I can add few more actually there, but as of now, there are nearly 6 to 7 different job roles where you can apply for. And whatever you are learning here, this knowledge is more than enough to get a job as a cloud engineer on level 1 and level 2, server administrator level 1 and level 2 on Windows as well as Linux, and you can work as a network engineer and network support engineer or whatever things are there. You can work on any of these particular job roles. So you have many opportunities available with you. You'll get more options and you can choose a option that you like the most. In case if you like cloud computing more, let us assume you like cloud computing more, you will get a job as a cloud admin. But the cloud admin, when you're getting a job as a cloud admin, my friend, listen one thing carefully, please. You're getting a job on cloud admin because you have the knowledge of servers and networks. You're not getting the job on cloud admin only because you know cloud admin. No, only you know the cloud administration or cloud computing. No, you're getting a job on the cloud computing because you know about the networking part as well as the server and the Linux server and the Windows server part. Let's say you got a job on Linux server administration. You will get a job on Linux administration because you also know about the AWS, you also know about the networking part, you also know about the Windows part. If you just put Linux server administration in your resume and if you try to apply for a job, I can guarantee you, my friend, you will not get even an interview call. If you put only AWS in your resume and if you apply for a job, I will again guarantee you, you will not get even an interview call. So maybe in a company, they need a person who can work on Amazon Web Services. But they will see with this AWS what else he knows or what else she knows. They are not expecting a person who applied for a job on AWS to know Java or SAP or something else like artificial intelligence and blockchain and machine learning and all those things. No, they are expecting a person who is applying for a job on Amazon Web Services to know good networking knowledge, to know the Linux server administration as well as the Windows server administration. Because at the end of the day, as a cloud administrator, you'll be working on the networking things, the server things. As a server administrator, you'll be working in cloud as well as you will be working with the knowledge of network administration. So everything is coming together here, my friend. And I can assure you one thing, you will not face any difficulty in learning any of these courses. You will not feel like, okay, this is CCNA and next class is Linux. I'm getting confused here. No, they both are different things, but they are going together. They are, moving parallelly. Server administration and network administration cannot survive without each other. They are dealing with completely different things, but still they cannot survive without the other administration. Okay. So this is it package. I just want to mention AWS and the other things also so that you can take better decision for yourself. So as of now, this is a course. This is a package where we'll be going through CCNA and the Linux administration. This is majorly for this. Okay, so after completing the CCNA Linux administration, obviously you'll be going with the cloud computing part. If interested, you'll go with the cloud computing. So then you can again just take the cloud computing part. The administration is not needed. Okay, the Linux server administration and the Windows administration is not needed. Let us say this is 6,999, right? Let's talk about fees and everything. So after completing this, my friend, if you want to go with AWS, for AWS, you'll be paying only 5,000 rupees here because you have already done Linux administration in the package of CCNA, right? So you're not spending again 7,000. You'll be paying only 5,000 there. So you already know CCNA, Linux, and Windows in one package. Then you should only go with the AWS. So totally it will be how much? 12, right? So what I'm trying to explain you here is this is a package where if you just go with one package and later on if you want to go with the other course, you'll be paying 12,000 rupees. As a friendly suggestion, I'm suggesting you one thing, that is, if you are interested in learning all these things, today itself make a deal with them, or today itself do some negotiation with them. So hopefully they'll just try to decrease some more amount here. I'm not sure I should say this actually, but still, in a friendly way, I'm saying here. So if you want to just, try to go with all these courses, maybe you'll get much better package. Okay, same with your AWS and Linux. If someone is interested in AWS and Linux, they are paying 7,000 rupees there. And after that, when they search for the jobs and all those things, they feel how much important is the knowledge of networking and all those things. So when they come for the season, they'll be paying another 5,000 rupees. So again, it will be 12,000 rupees here. So today itself, decide and think, okay, what is best for us or what is best for our careers. So then you can take a decision. First of all, you need to pay and you need to start the courses. That's it. That's, basic thing we all know, right? So I'm just talking about the money wise, if finance wise. So, you can take a better decision then. I'm not sure anyone is here who came only for CCNA. I don't think anyone is here who came only for the Linux administration. No. Maybe if someone is a programmer, maybe he came for AWS and Linux package. That's a different package to have. Okay, so yeah, that's it, friends. That's it for the day. I'm still here for you. Yeah, Anand, please go ahead.
Sir, actually, as of now, I just want to only learn CCNA and slowly, only CCNA. Once my CCNA is complete, then when your next batch of Linux will be there after that, can I join that in that way? It can happen.
Exactly. First, you can finish CCN in next 35, 40 days, let's say. After 35, 40 days, you can come for Linux. That will again take 35, 40 days. Again, after like, let's say from today, 80 days, you're done with CCN and Linux. So after completing CCN and Linux, after 80 days, you can start your cloud. No harm.
Because, yeah, because my time restrictions are allowing me only at night and
Okay.
only for one course. So that's why. And if suppose, sir, I just want to take CCNA course as of now.
Mhm.
So would that be allowable? I mean, it would be allowed
Of course.
because okay.
Of course, it is allowed. CCN routing switching is allowed. But again, I just want to mention here, it will be this much. Okay. So if you just, join for the CCNA course, it will be obviously this much. But if you
Sir,
join for,
uh,
yeah, please go ahead.
sir, actually, if DurgaSoft or the management can make it 4, then I can definitely be.
See,
I mean,
I cannot negotiate about the fees here, my friend. In a friendly way, I'm trying to explain you all the available options. So how much they can decrease, how much they can increase, what is the package they have? Maybe the package is now, maybe after like 1 month, once the college examinations and everything is done, let's say in March or April, maybe we'll not see the 6,999 package then. So it's up to them to take a decision based on the, you know, market conditions and all those things. At the time of exams, probably few people will join courses. But once March and April is done, all the engineering colleges and all the other colleges, they are done with their exams. Now people are more free now. They want to learn some courses. So then they come and then, packages will be a bit different. Our courses fees will be different. So I cannot say like 4,000 they can take or 4,500 they can take. It's up to you to make a call with them, my friend. I'm very sorry for that. I cannot help you in that way, but I'm just trying to put all the available scenarios in front of you. Okay, so I can say one more thing here. Just go with the package. Okay, learn CCNA now. After like 3 months or 4 months, if you want to come for Linux administration, you're already part of the package. So you can just continue with the Linux administration. That is much better. Okay, so just forgot about package and all those things. I know right now most of you people, maybe you started working somewhere, or you're working on some other domain, or maybe you have just completed your college and all those things. You're looking for some training there. So there's the reason I have mentioned about these packages and all those things. But friends, it is literally mandatory for you to have the in-depth knowledge of CCNA, Red Hat Server Administration, and the Windows Server Administration to kickstart your career in this IT. Later on, you can go with cloud computing, DevOps, cyber security, ethical hacking, and many more things. Many options, plenty of options are available, my friend. But like I said you, in last 13, 14, 15 years, I have never seen a DevOps engineer without the knowledge of networking and the server administration. I have never seen a cloud computing engineer without the knowledge of networking and the server administration. People can learn cloud computing or DevOps or cyber security without server knowledge or networking knowledge. They can complete the course, but can they get a job? Answer is no. I repeat again, can they get a job? Answer is no. If you just go to any other XYZ place and if you say, I want to learn I want to learn cyber security, cyber security is obviously in great demand, right? Whenever you talk about security, security will be always in demand. So when you go there and say you want to learn cyber security and you say you're a fresher, you have no knowledge of anything in the networking field or IT field or servers and all those things, they will say no issues. We'll provide you cyber security for let's say 2 months. Fees will be, let us say, 25K. We will teach you cyber security. They will teach you. It's not a business for them, right? They'll just teach you the cyber security. But only with the cyber security can you get a job? No. When you apply for the job, they will look whether you know this Linux, Windows, and the networking part or not. So you can learn cyber security, but can you get a job without the networking and the server administration part in cyber security? No. You can learn cloud computing, but can you get a job without the server administration and networking cloud computing? Answer is a big no. This is one basic difference you need to understand here, my friend. Okay? Yeah. I'm still here for you, friends. Although the time is up, but I'm still here for you. Any
So,
questions, any doubts?
hello, sir. Thank you so much. It was very inspiring and knowledgeable presentation. So, one thing I want to ask that actually for a person having in cybersecurity intern, CCNA, as you mentioned, is the basic parameter. So many organizations ask for certification,
Mhm.
and certification cost like 22,000 in Indian currency. So how
Exactly.
can it be any cheap or something, or everyone has to bear that cost?
See, I did my CCNA certification in the year 2010 or 2011, actually. I don't remember exactly. It was around 10,000 Indian rupees back in those days because the dollar was around 47, 48. Right now, like you said, it is 27, 24, 23, something like this, 23, 24,000 like this. But when you go with your CCNA, Linux, and AWS, you should decide out of these three courses where you are more interested in, where you want to get a job. If you are interested in cloud computing, then go for one cloud computing certification. And that cloud computing certification fees and the duration and everything is same for everyone globally. If you're more interested in CCNA, that's the networking part, then you should go with the networking. You should go with the CCNA examination. There you are spending 23, 24,000 Indian rupees, and it is same for you as well as for every person across the globe. So it's not like, there is cheap and all those things. Okay, I can say one thing. Sometimes then these people, they give some discount actually. It is actually called as voucher. So they will sometimes give some discount on that particular voucher. But majorly that will come at the time of New Year or Christmas, because these are majorly USA based companies, right? So they will follow their, festivals and many things there. So they just try to give some discount at the time of New Year and Christmas. But overall, overall, you will not get any discount from any of the certification. So if a company is looking for a person who has a certification, they will not hire a person who has a certification, my friend. Listen carefully, please. A company will not hire a person who has a certification. A company will hire a person who has the knowledge, who has the concept. So if you have the certification without the knowledge, then there is no use. But if you have the knowledge, then they will say, okay, listen, Mr. Anand, we like your knowledge. We are selecting you, but we will give, let's say, another 20 days to go and write your CCNA certification, because CCNA certification is mandatory in our company. Then you should go and write this certification. You should pay 20, 30,000, whatever is the money you should pay, and you should write the certification. So there will not be any fees, uh, deduction or fees, less fees or something like this. Whatever fees is there, it will be globally same for every certification, whether it is cloud or CCNA or Red Hat or Windows or anything. But in most of the cases, if you're a fresher, maybe they are not asking you the certification. Okay, in few companies, it's a mandatory requirement to have the IT certification of that particular technology where you are applying for a job. That's in few companies, but overall in majority of companies, it's not mandatory. And if they need a person with this certification, if they like you in the interview, if you're able to impress them with your answers and the knowledge of that particular technology, the company can pay for your certification as well. So as of now, no need to worry about the certification like 23, 24, 25,000 Indian rupees. Learn the technology, apply for jobs. If your resume have CCNA, server administration, as well as AWS mentioned there, or at least let us concentrate on networking and the Red Hat administration, you will definitely get an interview call. If you are able to impress them in that interview by answering questions properly, certification is a secondary thing. If they say like certification is mandatory, company can pay for you and you can write your certification. And you know how to write the certification? It is one of the easiest thing you can do in IT. Writing any online certification is one of the easiest thing you can do. I'll just come to the certification part a bit later, maybe after a couple of days. But as of now, certification should not be there in top 3 bucket list points actually. It should be learning, learning, and learning. You should learn the technology, then you can go with the certification and all the other things. I have never seen a person who got a job in any of these things, whatever I have mentioned, like cloud computing, Red Hat servers, CCNA, Windows servers, by having a certification. I have never seen this. I have seen hundreds and thousands of people. I know I can say hundreds and thousands of people are working who have no certification, but still they are working there as an administrator because they know the concept. So once they get a job, they can apply for the certification and they can get a certification. It's not like a college degree, my friend. It's just an online certificate which can be valid only for 2 years or 3 years. So don't rest too much on the certification part. Like I said, right now, your major focus should be on your learning part. If you know the technology, every company will, accept you with their open arms.
హలో
Yeah, my
ఓకే
friend. Achu, right? Yeah.
ఎస్ సార్ సార్ ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ కూడా స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నా అంటున్నారు కదా మండే నుంచి
Okay.
ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్కి బిఫోర్గా అంటే అది నేర్చుకోవాలంటే సిసిఎన్ఏ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ కానీ లేదంటే లైనెక్స్లో ఉన్న కాన్సెప్ట్స్ కానీ ఏమైనా రావాలా సార్
Okay, can I just answer this in English? I know I understood what you said, but I'm not sure everyone can understand Telugu here. So the question here is, when I start AWS, his question is it mandatory to know CCNA and Linux administration? Now, that is what I said before. Listen carefully, please. To learn AWS, see, there are 2 modules in AWS actually. One is called VPC, Virtual Private Cloud. Another one is EC2, Elastic Cloud Computing. Out of all these services we have in AWS, if I just go with top 3 services, then EC2 and VPC are the services which comes in top 2 position or top 3 positions actually. So important services. So if you want to go with this VPC, let me just write it down here. VPC is a service that is related with networking. EC2 is a service that is related with servers. So when I start the EC2 service in AWS, I'll start from basics. I'll show you some basic Linux commands there so that you can do the practicals and you can see the output. When I start with VPC in AWS, I'll start with basics. I'll show you something about networks, something about IP addressing so that you can do the practicals of VPC and you can, learn the VPC concept. That much we can learn in AWS. But again, after learning these things, If you just apply for a job with only AWS on your resume, again, the same point here, my friend. Can you get an interview call? Will they select you? Answer is no, because you learn AWS by taking some basics of servers and basics of networks. You can learn AWS by taking basic knowledge of servers and networks, but can you get a job? No. You're spending next 3 to 4 months learning, my friend, and you're learning these things for next 20 years probably. So it's not a big deal, right? It's not a, difficult task for you to learn something in next 2 to 3 months, and that will be helpful for you for rest of your career. I hope you understood what I'm trying to say here. You can
Yes.
learn AWS without the server administration and without the network administration, because when I go with the AWS classes, I'll just start from the basics of servers so that you can understand the concept of cloud. I can start the basics of network so that you can understand the concept of VPC in cloud. You can learn it, but getting a job, now that's a different ball game again.
మినిమం ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ వీటికి ఎంత ఉండాలి సార్? అడ్మిన్ జాబ్స్ కదా.
There is no need to have any experience, my friend. The question is, what is the minimum experience you need to have? No, see, if every company is hiring administrators who are having experience, then you know how much salary they need to pay. Huge salary, right? Remember, just now I showed you something. I said, when you join a company, let me just go through this syllabus here once. So this is a package here we have, friends. If you are an experienced person, you are working on a concept called, let us say, file and directory permissions. If you are a fresher, you are working on file and directory permission. The difference will be experienced person knows many things in details. Freshers know 1 or 2 services in detail. So once you get a job, what they do, they will say, listen, from today, your responsibility is on file and directory permission. Or they will say your responsibility is on user management. So every company is not looking for experienced people only. If they are looking for experienced people, they have to pay more money, my friend. They have to pay more salaries. So if there are 20 administrators, probably 4 to 5 administrators are having experience of 4, 5 or more than 4, 5 years of experience. Remaining 14, 15 people are having only 1 year, 18 months, 2 years, zero experience. So company will take these people also. Can I take one example here? Let's say if you go to any restaurant, there will be a chef there, right? There will be a cook who is cooking some, delicious dishes
Yes,
for
sir.
us. Okay. But if there are 20 people working in that kitchen room, do you think all the 20 people are there with the same responsibilities and same experience? No. Probably there are some people who are cutting only onions and tomatoes there, right? Some people are there only who are washing vegetables and cutting vegetables. They are also called as chefs. They are also called as cook, but their responsibility is minimum because they are freshers. But after 4 years, if someone is again only cutting onions and potatoes, that's a bad thing, right? After 4 years, maybe that person is working as a chef, or maybe chef or cook, whatever you say, he's working as a cook somewhere. So as a fresher, if I take this example in IT, you will be getting some basic tasks. Company is not expecting you to learn, troubleshoot many things and manage many servers and all those things. Company is looking for a person who knows this knowledge, who knows this particular technology, and they can help the senior administrator. You should help the senior administrator. That is your responsibility. And you're learning there. After 2, 3, 4 years of experience, you will be upgraded from level 1 to level 2, then again level 2 to level 3, something like this is the way the career will move. Virat Kohli was not Virat Kohli when he came in 2008. Today, Virat Kohli is something else, right? But 2008, was he the same Virat Kohli? He was a fresher.
Yes,
There were
sir.
some other people like Sachin Tendulkar, Dhoni, Yuvraj Singh, and all the other people. But today, he is the boss. And you can see the other people who are coming now, they are freshers. Every field is same, my friend. So do not, stress more than what you can handle. Every field is same. They just try to take freshers more compared to the experienced people. Experienced people will, ask a lot of money because they have experience. So they need more package and better salary. So they take experienced people as well as the freshers.
సార్ యాక్చువల్గా నెట్వర్కింగ్ అంటే చాలా వరకు ల్యాబ్స్తో ఇంటర్ కనెక్టింగ్ ఉంటాం కదా. అంటే నేను ప్రీవియస్గా కొన్ని వీడియోస్ చూశాను యూట్యూబ్లో. వాళ్ళు ర్యాక్స్ చూపెట్టి అందులో సిస్కో పాడ్ 85 అని ఈ రాటర్ అని మీరు ఇప్పుడు చెప్పారు కదా, అవేవో చూపిస్తున్నారు. అలాంటి రిలేటెడ్గా మీరు ఏమైనా ల్యాబ్ సపోర్ట్ ఏమైనా ఉంది సార్ యాక్చువల్గా? ఉంటుందా?
Exactly. See here, the question is, whenever he sees some video on YouTube, they will show some networking devices and all the other things. You know what Cisco has done actually? Cisco has designed a software where you can do all practice. Can you see there is something called Cisco Packet Tracer here? This is a software Cisco people have designed. I am
Okay.
taking a router here. Okay, by taking this router, I can go inside this router and can do all the configuration. What you see right now on your screen is, just imagine it's a real router. Okay, let it take some time. See, it's already up here. I can say something like no here. I can say enable. I can say config T. I can say host name. Let's say India. You know what I did now? I just used few commands here. Enable is one command, config T is one command, host name is one command. I have just used 3 commands. Out of 35, 40 commands that you're learning in CCNA, I have already showed you 3 commands. I have not explained you like what exactly every command will do. But right now, can you see there is something happening there? You know, what is this, my friend? This is actually your router. But can we take a real physical router? No. So Cisco people have designed a software that is called Cisco Packet Tracer. By using the Cisco Packet Tracer, you can do all the practicals. Literally every administrator, what you see today on the face of the earth, they started learning about the networking things by using this emulation, by using this softwares actually. Cisco Packet Tracer is a software that is designed by Cisco so that we can simply download it freely and we can use it freely in our physical machine and we can do all the practicals. I just want to show you something here. If I just go and say CCNA Labs Cisco Packet Tracer, just go to images. You know what you see here are some of the labs some people have uploaded there. Every lab what you see here is designed on Cisco Packet Tracer only. And you know, actually in companies also, when you work in a company as the administrator, before you configure anything on a physical router, you know what you do? You need to test everything first. You need to test whether the practicals or commands what you're executing will work perfectly or not. So what you do, you just design your company network like this. You execute all the commands. And if everything is working fine, the same commands you will, you know, enter in actual physical routers and physical switches. So to do practice, this is a software you need to have. I'll show you how to download and how to use this software in coming classes. But as of now, I can say one thing. Cisco Packet Tracer is freely available. You can use it to do all the practicals. Racks and all those things, I'll show you many things. I'll show you different racks and I'll show you like how things will work and all the other things. But you know, friends, there is no need to have a physical setup with you. If you want to learn CCNA with a physical setup, probably you need to spend 5 to 7 lakh rupees actually only for the physical setup. That's not possible for anyone, right? If I just show you, there is a rack like this, for example, let's say. Okay, I'll just show you some of the PPTs that I'll use for my CCNA classes. Meanwhile, if you have any other question, you can simply forward that question in the chat box. So let's say this is one of the very basic CCNA class, actually very important class. I should not say basic, very, very important class. See here, I'll be explaining you things like this. Right? All the things, if I just show you, there is something called a port like this. It will not be difficult for you to use this particular port or understand this particular port when you start working in a company. Can I just show you a few more things here? This is your real router. I'll explain you everything about this real router, what you need to know at CCNA level. See here, these are the routers and these are the ports you have on this router. Okay, so the same
Okay, sir.
interfaces you have.
ఎస్ అంటే
Okay,
అంటే చిన్న ఏం లేదు. అంటే మనం నేర్చుకున్న తర్వాత డైరెక్ట్ సాఫ్ట్‌వేర్ మీదే వర్క్ చేస్తాం కదా! కంపెనీలోకి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత. లేదంటే ఫిజికల్‌గా వర్క్ చేయం కదా! ఎందుకంటే మళ్ళీ ఫిజికల్‌గా వర్క్ చేయమంటే రోటరు, స్విచ్ ఇవన్నీ ఈ పోర్ట్స్ దగ్గర చాలా అంటే ఇబ్బంది
No,
అవుతదండి.
no, that's what I'm explaining here, my friend.
అదే సార్.
You work
అర్థమైంది.
in a company directly on the physical router and physical switch. Yeah, but you will not face any difficulty there. I repeat, you will not face any difficulty because you make so many projects here. You do so many labs here, you know. Okay, I'll just show you this again. Can you see here? This is the physical router, right? Can you see there is something called GE0 by 0, GE0
యెస్.
by
యెస్.
2, GE0 by 3, right? Now I'll just
ఓకే.
go to my virtual router that is there. I'll show you one simple command there so that, things will be very clear for you. If I just go back to this router here, and if I say a command like show IP interface brief, can you see here? The same interfaces are available here. GE 0/0, GE 0/1, GE 0/2.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
fine.
Yes.
And yeah, and one more question is coming here. Can I get recording sessions if I miss? Every session is recorded here, my friend, and every session will be shared with you. Every session will be shared with. Initial 2-3 sessions will be available on YouTube, but once these 2-3 sessions are done, we'll share the sessions directly with every person who has registered for this particular course. So each and every session is recorded. Each and every session, it should be something like what we did in last half an hour. It should be very interactive. Okay, by using your chat box, you can send me the questions every time. I'll just come to the question whenever I see that particular question. Okay, so every session will be recorded for sure.
Hi, sir.
సార్ సెకండ్ సార్ ఒక చిన్న లాస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ నాకు.
Okay.
హెల్ప్ డెస్క్లో యాక్చువల్గా 2.5 years చేశాను హెల్ప్ డెస్క్లో. కిందటి ఇయర్ ఆగస్ట్లో రిలీవ్ అయిపోయాను సార్. అంటే అందులో గ్రోత్ లేదని. కోడింగ్ సైడ్ నాది బీటెక్, ఇది ట్రిపుల్ ఈ కాబట్టి కోడింగ్ సైడ్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ లాగా నెట్వర్కింగ్ సైడ్ అన్నీ చూశాను, ఎక్కడ ఇది అవ్వలేదు. ఈ డెమో నాకు కొద్దిగా ఏదో అంటే నాకు గ్రోత్ ఉంటుందని అనిపిస్తుంది. అంటే
Yeah, I got your question.
ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఖాళీ సార్, ఖాళీగా ఉంటున్నాను. మీరు CCNA 3 ప్యాకేజీలు చెప్పారు కదా, నాకు ఏ విధంగా కొద్దిగా సజెస్ట్ చేస్తారా? నా పర్సనల్‌గా అడుగుతాను.
Okay.
కొద్దిగా ప్లీజ్ సార్.
Okay, if you're free, my friend, if you're free every day, then I can suggest you to go with CCNA at 8 p.m. and AWS at morning 9 a.m. You can easily go with these 2 courses in one day. 100% you can learn these 2 courses. After completing CCNA and AWS every day, just spend another 1 to 2 hours on these courses. You will get the recordings. Like I said, you'll get every class recording there. So just go through the recordings, make some notes. There is nothing in this course which you feel like, oh, it's very difficult. Nothing. If there is something which is difficult, I'll make sure you learn things properly. So once you complete these 2 things, then you can go with the Linux administration.
Sure.
Done. Job done. Yeah, fine. Okay, there is a question here. I'm interested to join, but I'm expecting the recorded videos of CCNA 9 p.m. batch, which we have started recently. Okay, so if you want to take these recorded sessions, my friend Ravi, you can just contact the management. They have certain numbers there. Let me just add those numbers. Okay, I think they have not shared any number till now, but okay, you just need to contact the management. I have completed IP addressing in that particular 9 p.m. batch, and I have, started the router concept. It started only 2 weeks or 3 weeks before. It's not a batch that I have already completed. Only 3 weeks are done. So if you want to take those previous recorded sessions, you can simply contact them and hopefully they will share all the recordings with you. Okay, I just want to say one thing loud and clear here, my friend. When you learn, with whom you learn, where you learn, it's a different thing. Just a friendly suggestion. This particular career path has a lot of opportunities, lot of growth, career-wise, financial-wise, salary-wise. You have a lot of growth. There are many more things you can do after completing AWS, Linux, and CCNA and all those things. You just need to focus for next 3 months, whatever I'm trying to explain you in the classroom. If you can do that much, my friend, if you know the technology, there is no looking back. The only problem with the people across the globe is they are not learning things like the way it should be learned. So if you know the technology very well, you can simply learn things perfectly and you can, kickstart your career in any company. These 3 courses are the, foundation for you for next 20 years. What you're learning in CCNA with me next 35-40 days, these things will remain same for next 20 years. When I started my career in 2008-9, whatever I was learning there, things are same. Okay, minor changes are happening here and there. That's a nature of the technology, right? But I'm saying these things will take you your career to great heights, and these things will remain with you for rest of your life in this particular career. These are so important courses, my friend. Again, when you're learning, where you're learning, with whom you're learning, it's up to you to decide. But a friendly suggestion, these are the courses which are the foundation in the IT industry. Okay, fine. Not only for this, CCNA, for Linux also we have some simulation softwares like Oracle VirtualBox. And for AWS also, we have a AWS free account. So there will not be any problem for you to do practicals of AWS or Linux or any other technology. You will get all the softwares freely available on internet. You just need to create certain accounts here actually. I'll show you how to create those accounts and all those things. Then you can simply do all the practicals here. It's not a big deal. Okay, I'll just stay here for another 30 seconds. If you have any other doubts, any questions, we will see. Meanwhile, let me just start a server actually, a Linux server, so that I can show you.
So actually daily like from CCNA course, if I choose to see CCNA course, like how many hours it will take, sir? From 8 a.m.
It will
8
take
to
8 to 9, 8 to 9, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Daily, it will take 1 hour.
1
Weekly,
hour.
at least 5
Okay.
classes will be there. Sometimes we can take class on Saturday also.
Okay.
Okay, and coming to the fees
Like
payment, there is a question here. You can pay through any way, any card or any online transaction or any bank, whatever methods are there, you can pay with any method, no issues.
sir, any weekend classes are there, sir? Like see currently
No.
I am working.
Okay.
If I reach from office to home, around it will take sometimes some day. It will 8:30, 8:40 like that. So it's any weekend classes are there?
No, as of now, no weekend classes, my friend. These are the only weekly classes I'll take. Okay, and
Okay.
in case if you miss any class, like I said, the recordings are already available with you, or recordings will be available with you for sure. Within next couple of hours after completing the class, you will get all your recordings.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So this is a Linux server, what you're seeing right now on your screen. So you'll be learning Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9.4 version. This is one of the latest version we have. And to do practice, you just need to install this Linux operating system and you should do all the practices. So how to do the installation, all these things. Again, I'll explain you when we go with this administration class. Okay, so let me just power off this machine. Whatever commands I have executed right now, all this were under this Linux server only. The same commands you'll be executing when you join a company as a Linux administrator. Okay, it's actually 9:30, my friend. It's way beyond the allocated time. Thanks for being here for so long. And yeah, that's it for the day, friends. I'm still here for like 30 seconds. Any doubt we can clear, or else we can stop the session for today.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for the demo.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Nagras. Thanks everyone. Actually, thanks for
Thank you,
coming and
Shakeel
hope to
sir.
see you. Yeah, fine.
Thank you, sir. Meet you on Monday.
Yeah, see you on Monday at 8 p.m. with AWS class. Thanks a lot, friends. Bye. Take care.
8 p.m., sir. CCNA class.
Yeah,
AWS.
8 p.m. CCNA class, my friend.
Yes, sir.
8 p.m. is CCNA class. 9 a.m. is AWS class.
9 a.m. in the morning is AWS.
AWS. 8 p.m. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, fine. Thanks a lot, friends. Bye.
Thank you.